talk about AHAF's latest project, which is super exciting because it's an anthology. Lauren, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the anthology?
Well, the name of the anthology is...
Can we get a drum roll, please?
The Power of the Pen, From the Unconscious to the Conscious. There are 22 contributors, and from all types of backgrounds, of course, all versed in graphology and handwriting analysis, but from every viewpoint of it. So it's quite a multifaceted view. And AHAF is very excited about this because we are progressive and we're one of the top premier organizations in the world for graphology and handwriting analysis. You got to get it.
And it is used as a fundraiser for the American Handwriting Analysis Foundation. So definitely run out and get it. It's really exciting to be able to share these unique perspectives like you were talking about from people all around the world who love and study and use graphology in various ways. Sheila, do you think there's anything that's been published like this in the graphology community?
Well, I was thinking about that, and the only thing that came close that I could think of was the book edited by Israeli graphologist Daphne Yalon, Graphology Across Cultures, because that brought together a number of graphologists around the world who spoke about handwriting in their own language and how to analyze it. So that's the closest I was able to come.
Cool. So this is unique in the graphology world, having an anthology.
Yes, it's unique.
And notice I didn't modify it, Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to irritate me.
I think it's really cool. And the way that we came up with the title is kind of interesting because we asked for people to submit titles to us as we worked on this anthology. And we said, you know, what suggestions do you have for our titles? And we actually took suggestions that we received from the members. And then we also put all of the chapter titles into the Google OpenAI playground. And so that's really just a way of, it's artificial intelligence where they try to predict and fill in the blanks for you in a way that a real human would. So I put in all the titles, all of the suggestions, and then said, what are the 5 best-selling titles for a book? And it gave us 5 different ones. Individual ones were not quite right, but when we combined 2 together, we came up with The Power of the Pen, From Unconscious to Conscious. So it was kind of a fun way to create a title for the book.
Perfect title.
Yes, it is.
Sheila, this whole project, though, really started because of you. This was something that you had wanted to do. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Sure. 10 years ago, when I was elected president of AHAF, I had this idea to have an anthology, but it never went anywhere. I didn't do anything with it. Nobody else picked it up and ran with it. And so we had many other initiatives to follow, and so it got set aside. And when I handed over the presidency to Lauren back in June of 2022, it came back to me, and I thought this would be a good time. And then with you, Teresa, doing the legwork, then we put it together. We sent out some invitations to specific people. Most of them accepted. Some couldn't for various reasons, but we ended up with 22 really terrific submissions.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, same here. And I like what you said there, where it sat for sort of 10 years kind of marinating. And you were just waiting for the right kind of crazies to be around you to say, yeah, that's a great idea.
The zeitgeist is right.
There you go.
Exactly. And then we had Lauren cheering us on and saying, yeah, let's do this. So
Yes.
I'm a cheerleader.
That's great. Well, we also had a lot of help. I had help from Marion Rollings, who took on the task of formatting all of the bibliographies. As a psychologist, she's used to doing those kinds of technical paper things. And so I was very relieved to hand that responsibility to her.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I love how so many different people came together to make it actually happen too. Yeah, and Lauren, you were our cheerleader, but honestly, with everything that went on with it, we needed the cheerleading.
Yes,
To
and Lauren,
get-
we especially needed her artistic skills at the end when we were putting the cover together. So we did that, the three of us as a team,
Mhm.
as a committee.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to create it. I think it's going to be important for everybody to take a look at it and see how far we've come with graphology and the various uses that people are putting it to use right now.
Yes, and the topics are very wide ranging. Some of them are personal stories, which is fun. And some talk about how they got started in graphology, and others are much more serious, in-depth psychology, graphology topics. The book is anchored in the beginning by a piece by Roger Rubin, and at the end by Mark Seifer. And so we have all sorts of different topics in between.
I think this is a must-have for every graphologist bookshelf, whether you're beginning or you've been doing it for years and decades. It really will be a must-have.
Yeah, and even for people who are not yet graphologists, but who are interested in handwriting psychology, I think they'll all benefit from it too.
I agree. I think that's one of the strengths of it, is because there's so many different people from so many different backgrounds that it just gives you a wonderful overview of what the power of the pen and the power of graphology is all about.
Well said,
A lot of different
Super.
angles are in this.
so to speak, and garlands too.
Yeah.
That's
right.
right. But it's really all
Very-
about the margins. That was
And the connections. Marginal.
Depends on
For
your
sure
slant.
It's about the margins.
That's right.
All kinds of margins.
All kinds of margins.
One of the topics is margins, actually.
And then during the creation of it, as we were trying to get it published, of course, the margins, every time Sheila was trying to upload it. Yeah.
Still, yes, working with the software, which I've used for a long time and love, has been very frustrating.
And Sheila, we owe you such a world of thanks for actually taking on this project. You came up with it and then you stuck with it as we tried to figure out how to do it. And all of the editing that you have done and the hours that you have, the hours you've invested in it. So thank you so much for doing that for us.
Yes.
It's a lot of hours, but it's truly has to be a labor of love. So I'm just glad that the authors are all happy with the way it turned out, and that you're happy. And I think the readers will be happy too. Makes it all
I love that.
Worth all the frustration and the hours.
Yeah. And I love how you just said there, like a labor of love, because I think that really represents everybody who's contributing to this.
Yes.
I think anybody who's in the graphology community and doing handwriting analysis, it's all about, it's a labor of love. We do it because we love it and we're passionate about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Anything else that we want to cover or show or share?
I'm designing a bag to match the book. It's a book bag, of course. And it'll have Power of the Pen written on it and AHEF logo on it as well. And it'll be used as a fundraiser for our wonderful little organization.
I'll buy one or more.
And me too.
Cool. Okay. And in order to order the book, it can be in e-print or a print version. And that is going to be through, how can people order that?
Through Amazon. The plan right now is to release it on December 1st. So it'll make great holiday gifts.
Exactly.
Anyone interested in handwriting.